So going into it, I wasn't really too worried. We had the standard doctor appointments of, this is what could happen. And I knew they were going to open up his skull and dig around in there, but I always thought everything was going to be fine.
He had this look on his face that I'll never forget. And then he put his hand on my shoulder and he said, "Scott, buddy," he said, we lost you 3 times. And I said, "I know, doctor," I said.
What I noticed with Scott was the first thing he wanted to do was to share his experiences with everyone, and that he knew everything and that people should listen to him. He didn't understand that he has a message, and his message is one-way communication. He doesn't want a dialogue about it. He just wants to tell you about his experience and what it means. And so when I'm treated like that, I tune out. I'm not engaged in the discussion, so why am I wasting my time?
I know that constantly I would try to bring it up or bring things up that occurred because I just couldn't fathom someone not wanting to know this stuff. Be it anyone.
So I had to change the way I acted, and I had to help him understand how he made me feel when he talked to me a certain way. So one of the things that really helped kind of get us back on the same plane is I got interested in what he had to say about his near-death experiences. I became more engaged. I remember Googling near-death experiences, and it came up on the website, and fortunately they had a chapter in our area. And I'm not making a big huge plug for IANDS or anything, but it really changed our lives, because I remember going to the first one. It was in LA, and they went around the room, and I just started crying because I couldn't believe that there was a place for Scott, that he could get out of his depression, that people were there to listen to him, and that he could do some good for people.
The depression wasn't for me. It wasn't for me personally. I was brokenhearted because of my love for her. I wanted her to have this gift that I was given. And to me it was no less than a gift of life. And when I felt that I couldn't give it away, that the gift didn't want to be received.
I'm not enough for him to give all his messages to. I listen, I process, I give feedback, but he needs to get his message out to more people. He needs to get the message out to the world.
I think it was one of my family members said to me that, well, to Chris, what she remembers is a surgery and the fact that they had lost you 3 times and you ended up in a wheelchair, and she saw this as tragedy, and you experienced a miracle and beauty, unearthly beauty. And that's the first time that I had wow, I didn't even think of that moment.